Welcome to Gene and Mike to the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Sunday, February 22nd, 2026. So on a day with a lot of twos in the date.
Yes,
How did you find today's crossword?
I enjoyed it very much.
Oh, good.
And I actually did it Saturday evening, which I tend not to like to do. But I was feeling ambitious, and our daughter was here, so I thought, well, let's tackle it. And we did. And we had fun. We had fun solving it.
Good.
Nothing too really difficult for us anyway. We breezed through it pretty quickly.
Right. That was actually a cause of much gnashing of teeth on
really?
wordplay. Yes.
That's an appropriate line to use.
Gnashing of teeth?
Yes. You read that in the Bible in several places.
Oh, I see. Oh, no, I did not realize that.
Since the theme was books of the Bible,
Yes.
that is very appropriate.
Well, thank you. I'd like to pretend that I planned that. But the point being made in wordplay was that it was too easy.
It was too easy.
Yes.
Oh.
So I thought those people should maybe just chill.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they did yesterday's crossword, but
yeah, maybe they were comparing it with Saturday.
I just thought that the theme was so good that it's like, okay, I'm sorry I didn't have to exhaust myself and injure my brain cells thinking of answers, but I did like the crossword a lot. I thought that the sometimes the theme is just like, that was a long way to go for a bad pun, but these were all very good.
Yeah.
So I think from an entertainment standpoint, this was a 10 out of 10.
Oh, definitely.
So let's talk about that theme.
Okay, well, the theme was books of the Bible, which I thought, oh, well, I might do pretty well on this. But it turned out that the books of the Bible were not books of the Bible at all. They were book titles that kind of described stories in the Bible. And so the clue was just a little blurb about something you might read about in the Bible. And then the answer was the title of a novel or a book that kind of described that.
Yes, and that was a great relief to me, by the way.
Yeah, I bet it was.
It's just like, I'm going to have to remember great, it's like Deuteronomy, Webster, okay, maybe Webster is not one of the books. You see, I'm already in trouble.
We'll just go through them very quick. The first one was 24 across, the 10 plagues. And the answer to that was death on the Nile.
Yes.
Which, of course, the plagues did take place in Egypt.
Right.
So that made sense.
And, of course, that's the Agatha Christie novel.
Right. And then we had 31 across, Sodom and Gomorrah, a tale of two cities, which it was a tale of two cities. And how they were destroyed.
Right.
49 across was Samson and Delilah. And the answer to that was dangerous liaisons.
Yes.
Very good. That was a pretty dangerous liaison, at least for Samson. 66 across was a Noah's Ark. I love this one. Answer, where the wild things are.
Yes, that was brilliant.
Then we had 65 across, which was, or 85 across, Garden of Eden, the Age of Innocence. And then we had 103 across, Moses parting the Great Sea, or the Red Sea, I should say, and that was the Prince of Tides. That was a little bit of a stretch, but it worked. And then I believe the last one was 114 across, Jonah and the Whale, the Great Escape.
Yes, they really redeemed themselves with that one. That was a nice way to finish up.
Yes. And the interesting thing about this was all of those stories actually come from one book in the Bible, except for the Jonah inference, which comes from the book of Jonah. And
there's a book of Jonah?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And Samson and Delilah comes from the book of Judges.
Not the book of Samson.
No.
Okay.
But all the rest come from the book of Genesis, the very first book. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Well, that's good because that means that more people will be familiar with it. Right?
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah. In fact, these were all from the Old Testament. So yeah.
I discovered today that I didn't know how to spell liaison.
Oh no, it's got a lot of vowels.
Yes, more than one might expect. And so I just sort of kept throwing them in until I got to the length of the answer because I could see it was going to be liaison, and I had to throw in, I think, an extra I, possibly 2 extra I's,
right,
to make it all work.
Well, yeah, that's one of those exception words where you can put 3 vowels together and it's okay.
Right.
you don't have too many words like that.
They have permission to do so.
That is right.
I thought there were some very interesting clues everywhere in the grid. One across was ease up. I went for relax initially, but it turned out to be abate.
Abate.
So I started off slowly. And then I was glad to remember 2 Down, 2006 mockumentary about a Kazakh journalist, Borat.
Yes.
Did you remember that?
I did. Yes. So I got that.
And Squealer's activity 4 Down was tattling. That was sort of cute.
That was cute.
I wondered about 14 Down, in a fury, ired.
Ired, yes.
That just looked like I read. But
Mm-hmm.
it was indeed ired. And then 17 Down, whoop it up. I wanted it to be say booyah.
Oh.
But unfortunately, it was, well, I mean, maybe unfortunately, it was celebrate. I think say booyah would have been better. It wouldn't have fitted, I don't think. I'm not sure. Let's see, was there an H at the end of booyah?
Yes.
Oh, in that case, say B-O-O-Y-A. Yes, it fits.
Yep.
Say booyah. 45 across was Shoofly desserts, pies.
Shoofly pie.
Were you... Okay, I guess that answers that question. You were familiar with Shoofly pie?
Shoofly pie, yes. I think it is associated with the Amish.
Ah.
Shoofly pie and Apple Pan Dowdy is a song that I guess was kind of popular long ago. But I can remember my grandmother singing that.
See, I was just about to say that Shoofly pies, apparently, according to the recipe, can only be made by grandmothers.
Oh, really?
Yes. She
never made it, but she would sing that song.
But she's the only one eligible, too. And I mean, if you're a grandfather, no. If you're a father, no. If you're a guardian, no. You must be a grandmother. And I looked at the recipe. It didn't actually look that hard.
No, I don't think they are. So it doesn't have any like fruit in it, does it? It's sort of like
it has molasses, water, baking soda, egg, and this is my favorite ingredient: the 1/9-inch deep dish pie crust. That solves a lot of my problems.
Yeah.
Flour, sugar, and shortening.
Yeah, it's kind of like a custard, I think. So yeah.
I'm planning to make it for supper tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah.
I can hardly wait.
Shoofly pie, except I'll be arrested because I'm not a grandma. Not yet, anyway. Let's see. 45 down was new. Let's see if I can find this here. There we go. New Yorkie, say. And that was pup.
That's right.
I wanted it to be a cub.
Cub.
Yes.
I wanted it to be a pet.
Are the Cubs... Oh, wait. The Cubs are in Chicago, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
They're not in New York.
No, they are
Have
not.
they ever visited New York?
Probably.
Okay, in that case, I still feel justified. I will redeem myself here somehow.
Yes. We had it as pet, and then 67 across, or 57 across, calendar notation, abbreviation. We put like August, AUGT.
Right.
So, but I guess first we put date, which isn't really an abbreviation.
And it's not really a notation.
No.
It's just the date.
And then because we had pet, well, then we got the U from Dangerous Liaison. So I said, oh, it's pug, because I think Yorkie is kind of like a little pug dog. But it turned out to be pup.
Yes.
And the calendar notation was APPT
Right.
for appointment.
Yeah, I started, because I had the AP and I thought, well, it's something to do with April.
Oh, yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
in fact, I wanted to go APRI for April 1st.
See, I didn't know 51 down, which was that moonfish. I mean, we've seen that before, but I totally forgot what it was. OPAH, OPAH. So we had to get that from the crosses.
I had one or two of the letters and was able to pull it out.
Mm-hmm.
But, I was thinking that if like Oprah Winfrey.
Yes, it is. It's one letter shy of Oprah.
And I was just wondering if Oprah has ever sued the Oprah, or if the Oprah's ever sued the Oprah. That would probably be more financially advantageous, because I don't think Oprahs have money. They would after they sued Oprah, assuming they had good attorneys. I don't know.
True. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of celebrities, we had 61 across, so-called Hollywood of the South, Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that Hollywood of the South was Atlanta?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because they make a lot of movies there.
Gone with the Wind, right? I mean, that was the last one.
Now, I don't know if they made that one there, but I think they do use Atlanta. It's a lot cheaper than other locales. They make it look like New York City
I see.
Boston or whatever it is, but it's actually Atlanta.
They also do that a lot with Canadian cities, because when you look at the exchange rate, it's really cheap to film in Canada.
Oh, yes.
Especially if you need a winter scene. You don't have to bring in all that ice. You can just open the doors.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Especially in winter.
Uh-huh.
We had 76 across, like Constantinople in 1930, renamed.
Yes.
And I had this song going through my head when I thought about that, and it turns out it was the song. There's a song by, last played by They Might Be Giants, and it's like, Istanbul, not Constantinople.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Want to sing a few bars?
No.
Okay. Just thought I would check that there. Let's see. We had 78 down. Here's Johnny, announcer Ed McMahon.
Right.
And I can still remember my kindergarten teacher drilling the spelling of Ed McMahon into our heads.
Why?
Because one day we might need it in a crossword. She was that clairvoyant. Because I was just like, how do I spell? So I went for Ed. That part was pretty easy.
Yes.
And then the Mick, I felt pretty good. And the man, I just sort of started throwing in letters until I got to the end of the grid in this case.
Uh-huh.
But
well, I'm glad you figured it out.
Yes. Again, I owe it all to my kindergarten teacher. That crossed with 109 across, rush uncontrolledly, career.
Yes.
Were you surprised by career?
That is where we ended up, kind of, because, we had career, and I'm like, that can't be right. It's careen. But then that crossed with 86 down, which was a place
where boaters hang
where
with
boaters
bowlers.
hang with bowlers.
A great clue.
Yeah. So those are hats. So we thought, well, it's hat trees. That would be it. It all fit, except that R just didn't seem right. So we manipulated and we're thinking, well, maybe it's not hat trees, maybe it's something else.
See, I went with hat racks.
Oh,
I don't know if a hat rack is actually a thing.
That is probably much more common, a hat rack, than a hat tree.
I mean, a hat tree is like that, with that long wooden
pole
with some some protrusions where you put your hat on. Yes.
But hat racks are much more common, where they, just the pegs on a wall. But anyway, we eventually had to abandon that and say it's got to be career.
Right.
And it turned out, that we were having the pup and pug and pet fiasco in the middle there. And that's where we finally had to end up, because we had to change things around and make it OPA and appointment and all that. But yeah, we did not like that career. But then after we solved it, we looked that up, and it was like, yeah, okay, it could mean that.
Yeah, I've heard that word before, and used in that. Obviously, I've heard the word before.
Sure.
And used in that sense. I think I ended up. I don't know why, because I think last night I got the grid filled out, and I was just, and I had a mistake, and I'm like, oh, never find it. And so I think I fell asleep with it still unsolved, and I woke up in the morning and I thought I thought I had solved it, and then I looked and just like, hey, it says I haven't solved it yet.
Oh.
So I've got this whole grid, and I sort of wandered through it, and it turned out I had the Prince of Tides with a Z, which meant that 108 down was glides, high was Zors. That was pretty easy to spot.
Yeah, but it is like the last clue.
It is the last clue, but it is there on the edge, so
Yes,
it stood out just a little bit.
I'm sure it did.
Let's see, we also had 122 across, brimless topper. I wanted it to be a pork pie hat.
Oh, no, that's got a brim.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So a brim, yeah, okay, yeah, I guess it does. All right, so anyways, good thing I didn't put it in. It didn't even fit, so it was beanie.
It was a beanie. I wanted it to be beret, but it was too long. So, but yeah, beanie. No brims on those.
Well, I like this crossword, in spite of what the people in Wordplay said about it being too easy. And before we wrap it up, though, we have a little bit of listener mail.
Okay.
Our first is from Aaron, who writes brava and clarifies bravo is for a male singer, brava is for a female singer.
That's what I
Yes,
thought.
it's Italian.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And he sent this at 5:29 in the morning. I'm not sure what time zone Aaron's in. I hope not this one.
Well, thank you, Aaron.
Yes,
for clarifying that.
All right, so we got to remember now,
Brava and bravo.
Bravo is female, bravo is male. Got it.
Makes sense.
And then we have another bit of mail from Trey. Erie Canal Overseer. Yup, Gene, the state of New York oversees the Erie Canal.
I thought so.
Growing up in NYS, we learned about the canal in history classes as it played a vital role in the rise of NYC as a port and the growth of the city. Much of the canal is gone now, though you can still find the locks dotting the towns along the NYS thruway between Albany and Buffalo. The Erie Canal is, because of its location and when it was built, one of the most influential man-made waterways the world has ever seen. Wow. I wonder how it compares to the Panama Canal.
I don't know.
Be funny if they tried to take a big tanker and put it in there now. And he signs off with New York State pride, Trey.
Very good.
And he adds a P.S. Brava is what you say to a female. Bravo is for males. Yelling bravo after, say, an aria by a woman in an opera is equivalent to saying, great job, dude. So, oh dear.
Okay, we won't do that again anymore.
Guess I need, it's funny though, because whenever I always associate people yelling bravo at the end of an opera, but maybe it was always with a male singer. Or maybe the people doing the yelling didn't know the difference between bravo and brava.
That could very well be.
but thanks to...
Or maybe it's the default, like if it's a mixed company, you default to bravo.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Or maybe when the male lead comes out and takes his bow, you yell bravo.
Right.
And when the female comes, you yell brava.
Right.
So,
And when the director comes out, you yell, hey, nice job, bub. Since you can't yell bravo or brava. I don't know. Anyway, so thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Trey. Really appreciate these emails, keeping us on the straight and narrow, as it were.
That's right. We learn.
Yes, we learn from our mistakes. And that is it for today. So thanks, everyone, for listening. You can do what Aaron and Trey just did. You can drop us a line with feedback. We love it. crosswordpodcast@icloud.com. That is it for today. We'll be back again with our cutting-edge analysis of tomorrow's crossword, as well as our announcements of the Jam Cotwood Gene and Mike Crossword of the Week Award. We'll be doing all of that tomorrow.
Bye-bye.